Hey guys, today we're looking at a first look at our new scooter for the year. Anyway, it's a pretty sweet scoot. I haven't had a whole lot of time to ride this. So this is gonna be kind of an overview of what this is and a first impressions and trying to figure it out and just ride it around. I have not put hardly any miles on this, maybe 15 miles, 20 miles, and most of those were just riding it home. So 2020 Yamaha SMAX 155cc. This is a cool scooter. It's liquid cooled, disc brakes front and rear, 155cc. This is belt driven, so it's got the CVT, variable transmission, so no gears. It's kind of funny to have the left brake or the rear brake on the left hand side. That is very interesting, but I'm super excited about it. And I want to just do a little ride around and just talk about the different things. Some of the things right off the bat, the windscreen is really, really nice. There's quite a bit of protection from the wind when you're just riding. I don't remember what the wheel sizes are. I think 14 inches in the front and 13 inches in the rear. Don't quote me on that. They're surprisingly nice. I really like it so far. It's a decent scooter. It's got quite a bit of storage space. Oh man, that's one of the things that I've really, really enjoyed so far. There's a little thing where you can put groceries on it. If you pull this key backwards, you can pop this up and you can put a bunch of stuff back here. And I've gone to Lowe's a couple of times. Oh, I did go to Lowe's once with this, and I put some screws back here. It would be super hard to put in any other type of motorcycle that I've had. There's a little toolkit down here. I also shoved my registration in there so it keeps popping up. Anyway, it's pretty sweet. I like it a lot. And then got your ignition. You can see all that. I had to do quite a bit on it. I bled the brakes. I changed the oil, and that's all standard stuff. When I change the oil again, I'll make a video about it and doing all the mesh thing and all that good stuff. But I mean, let's just ride and talk about this for a little bit, because this is going to be my new thing for a while, and this is essentially replacing the Honda Grom that I had. So the Honda Grom, I got rid of it mostly because of just the power. It was just slower than I expected. And this is essentially what I was expecting, but there are some major things that we'll see if I like the CVT. I really do miss having gears and having a lot more control, especially very, very slow or from a dead stop. The Grom felt quite a bit more peppy, but let's get on the bike and let's have a conversation. Okay, got my glasses on, let's get my gear on, and let's get out of here. I'm actually really excited about this because it can keep up with traffic. It's really cool. It has a surprising amount of power, I'll tell you what. Okay, adjust the angle so we're good. Lock it in place. All right. Okay. First ride with you guys on board on the 2020 Yamaha SMAX. Ignition. I think you have to hold this won't do anything unless you hold the brake. Okay. Starts right up. CVT is super interesting. Still getting used to it. You kind of have to really go for it to go anywhere. So the first thing that comes to mind is just how quiet this thing is. Man, it is so quiet. The exhaust, you can't even hear it above wind noise. It's kind of crazy. You can hear it right now, like I can hear it, but as soon as I start going about 30 miles an hour or faster, I can hear the wind more than I can hear the engine. It's crazy. And this thing cruises. This thing's about 10%. If you're looking down here at the speedometer, this is about 10% off from what I can gauge. I think if we're going about, 38 miles an hour, that's about 35. So it's about 10% off right now. Gas, I have no idea, but it just takes regular gas. You put in 87, it can't quite take 85. There's a lot of locations that have 85 here, but I was essentially sipping on fumes, and I went to gas up, and oops, I actually wanted to turn here. Let's turn. Test out the brakes a little bit. The handling is very, very different from the Grom. It feels like there's a really, really low center of gravity. So that is very, very interesting. And it's different. At first, I pumped up the tires, and I thought the tires were low, because it kind of has that same feeling of hey, it doesn't want to flip or flick around as much as something like a Grom. The Grom is so easy to flick, it's so easy to handle, it is really, really fun. I think I wanted to go that way, I'm not sure. We'll just go this way for a while. It's really easy to handle. The handling feels very stable is what I would call it. It just wants to be upright. Like, you go, and it just wants to go in a straight line. You can turn it, you can tip it over, you can do that. I mean, it's all here, it's all ready to go, but from a default perspective, it just wants to go straight, which is kind of cool. I love having the rear brake up on my hands. That's awesome. Let's do like a start-stop, because I want to see what it looks like from a dead standstill. And I want to do some testing on this. I want to test like 0 to 60, but today is not going to be that day for 0 to 60s or anything like that. Okay, let's just do a little stop here. So if we're stopping from nothing, going is just so relaxed. There's no drama, and you're immediately just going 25. It's so fast. You kind of don't realize how fast you're going. I really want to pit this against my Grom 0 to 60 and do a kind of a side-to-side comparison, because this feels like it's so slow, but you look down and then all of a sudden you're on 55, whereas the Grom might never get to 55. And I was cruising 70 indicated, 72, 73 indicated when I picked this thing up. So it's pretty incredible from that aspect. And then just having the ability to have locking storage with you at all times is so amazing for a motorcycle. I've never had something that's just had like built-in bags, except for my WR250R. My WR250R has a bag now, which is super amazing. I've picked up a bunch of things on that. And then this thing also has just built-in stuff. It's so good. And then it's so simple too. Like, not worrying about the clutch. If you don't really love clutches or get frustrated when you're in stop and go traffic, this thing is just so easy. I am actually, now that I'm riding a scooter, I'm surprised that more people don't ride scooters. They're so cool. I don't know. I guess it's just an American thing, right? It's just like, and Christina thought I was completely insane getting a scooter. It's like, why would you want a scooter? Like, you went from Harleys to like little 250s, and now you want a scooter? What's wrong with you? I mean, she's right. So if I really gun it, you can accelerate pretty quick. That's pretty cool. Yeah, at the beginning, it just feels kind of sluggish. It doesn't feel as snappy as dropping a clutch and, you know, doing a wheelie or whatnot. And I don't know, you might be able to hold the brake and hit the gas at the same time, and to get it to go a little bit faster, to kind of dump the clutch. I don't know how the CVT works in terms of just like getting ahead, but it's pretty relaxed when you're starting out. But once you're going, it has a decent amount of get up and go. 455 cc's. It's more than I was expecting. And it's kind of fun. It just sits around in like the 6 to 8K range in terms of your RPM. And man, I love this readout. This dash is so cool. So Yamaha, this is awesome. This is what I want. I've got a fuel gauge, just a what do you call it? Analog fuel gauge, which is so cool. Analog tachometer. Oh, I love analog tachs. And then electronic miles per hour thing. It's perfect. I absolutely love it. So good. I wish more people would have this type of gauge. It's just so awesome. So let's get on a road that's going like 40, 45 miles an hour, and let's see what this thing can do. It rips. It's pretty cool. One of the things that surprised me with this thing is how much protection it also gives you. So it's a flat floorboard. So there's a lot of scooters that have like a little hump here. This one's flat, and I feel like the flat one is just so utilitarian. There's just so much stuff you can do. I had a bucket from Lowe's and I shoved it right here, and I was just able to carry home the bucket with a bunch of stuff in the back, and it's like the minivan of motorcycles. It's so good. So I'm obviously in the honeymoon phase, but first impressions, I'm just really enjoying this scooter. It's so much fun to just ride around and just mess around with. And oh my gosh, these lights, they're so bright. It's insane. In the dark, I was riding around in the dark and it was so ridiculously bright. I don't even know why they made it this bright. They could tone down the lights just a little bit. They're pretty insane. That's a cool e-bike. I like the way that thing looks. Yeah, but brakes are good. They felt a little, which one? I think this one felt a little weird when I was changing the fluid in it, but it's stiffened up really nicely. It feels really good. So everything's really solid, and it runs perfectly. This is fuel injected, and it's just really, really great. I really love it. It only has, it doesn't have like hardly anything in terms of mileage on it, I don't think. Let's see. Has 1342 miles, so very, very low. And then we can just accelerate. The shocks are not super great, so you only have like 3 or 4 inches of travel. So, but look at that, I'm on 45 already. Crazy. I can just keep up with that guy. That's really hard on super low cc stuff. It's hard to do, and this is a decent hill, and I can accelerate up the hill. I've got pretty decent acceleration until about 55 indicated. It's pretty amazing. I am really surprised and very excited about this. I think we're probably going to get like 70 to 80, maybe 90 miles per gallon depending on how I ride. But I'm super pumped. And the other thing that I'm actually super, super stoked about is the CVT. Not for it being a CVT, but the fact that I don't have to adjust a chain, like, ever, is amazing. I'm so excited to just run this thing for like 15,000 miles and then change the belt, the rollers, and whatever else you have to change, and then just move on. Okay, wrap up. Am I happy that I got the Scoot? Yes, I'm super happy. I'm super excited about it. I'm pumped. This is an amazing thing. I kind of want to come over here. Okay, I'm going to come over here. I keep changing what I want to do. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to keep it around. It's going to be awesome. We'll see how long. I mean, I want to keep it. I keep like switching between one thing and another, but I really hope I keep this for a while. I really, really like it right now. Yeah. It does pull once it gets going, so maybe I need to like preemptive something, because if I'm at a stoplight and there's people next to me and I'm splitting lanes, I do feel a little concerned about like going. But if I hold the brake and if I accelerate, that's still just like such a slow start. Maybe if I gun it just a little bit more. Let's just gun it. I mean, yeah, it's just a really slow start, but once you get going, it really goes. All right, well, that's it from me. This was a really cool ride, just a quick first impressions. I love this thing. I'm super excited about it. I hope I can put quite a bit more miles on it. Into this, the seat initially, it kind of pushes you forward just a hair. It's not the most comfortable seat. I would not be surprised if people said this was a very, very uncomfortable seat and a very, very uncomfortable ride, because I mean, I'm not on the smoothest road, and it's kind of bouncing around, and I only have a couple inches of travel. I mean, it's what, like 3 inches of travel or something, just a little bit more than 3. It's not a lot. You feel all the bumps. And I ride so many bikes that don't have any suspension. This feels pretty good, but I could definitely see people saying that the seat is super uncomfortable. I'm going to run this totally stock for most likely thousands of miles, and it's going to be just fine. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.